love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted. Stay humble. Yes, people. Welcome to LRFC. Do me a favor before you start, hit that subscription button, notification button, like button. Yeah, I've got a few more pictures like this, what you see of Mo Salah superheroes. I found it somewhere. I couldn't believe like how good it is. So I think every time I come on now, I might put a superhero kind of theme on it, on the thumbnails and all that stuff. Yeah, man, looks good. Looks very good. Well, on the road to 3,000, please, hit that subscription button, notification button, like button, all that good stuff. And lots to talk about today. I want to start with the transfer that we could talk about, rival fans and, Mr. David Coote. It's not looking good for him. There's a part 2 of the part 1. And yeah, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess for that referee. And, what upsets me is the defending side of this. It doesn't make any sense in my opinion because, we're supposed to keep the kids away from things like this. They're not supposed to see things like this, so they don't do the same thing in the future. But for some reason, people are defending this, which is like weird for me. How are we gonna teach the future what's right when we're defending what's wrong? Yeah, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess, people. So yeah, let's start with the transfer. Zubamendi, and then we'll talk about the other stuff. As you can see, people, Zubamendi is under alert. I gave you a breakdown of what he can bring to the team. And if you watch my streams, then you can see the breakdowns I do and what Tchouaméni can bring to the team. So they're two different players, but they still have their own way of making the team play better or make us into title winners and all that stuff. So yeah, apparently, as it says over there, Zubamendi has been targeted by the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool. So far, he has restated that the chance to depart. So far he resisted the chance to depart the Basque side. However, the admiration continues. There you go. There you go, people. So they are interested in him, and Liverpool might go back for him in the January transfer window. But there's a lot of things that saying we're going to go for Tchouaméni. They are in talks with Tchouaméni. That's what they're saying. There's a lot of reports that's going around to Liverpool are in talks with Tchouaméni because Tchouaméni at the moment is playing for Real Madrid, but he's not playing in a defensive midfield role. He's playing as a centre back, and he's not happy with that. So he wants, it doesn't even matter for him now that he plays for Real Madrid. He just wants to play in his proper position and make it easy for himself, if you know what I mean, guys. Because you're only going to be remembered where you play, aren't you? Like your regular position, and that's what he wants. But if you ask me at the two, who would I prefer in this formation that we play? I say Zubamendi. We can forgive and forget like what happened and move on from that. That doubt that we have with Zubamendi and him rejecting Liverpool. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride, guys. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride and just move on, if you know what I mean. And that's what we've got to do. If it's gonna benefit us winning the league, why do we have to stop that? You know what I mean, guys? And not go for the likes of Zubamendi. I think he'll be great at Liverpool. I honestly think that. He's a more of a Xabi Alonso. I said that a lot of times, and a lot of people take it and then they run away with it. But I said it without even looking at anyone else. He's more like a Xabi Alonso than any other player that you're aware of. Xabi Alonso was our DM back in the day when him and Gerrard used to play together. He used to just sit in front of that midfield. Not a lot of pace, but his passing abilities used to get him out of trouble. And he used to get the ball, and every pass he makes leads to an attack, which leads to a goal or leads to a chance, if you know what I mean, guys. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this January. Hopefully the first thing that we do is say before the transfer window is the three have signed a contract, or 2-1, whatever it is, and the other ones will be leaving at the end of the season. Because if we keep on having these doubts around the football club, it actually affects the team, which in turn the performances don't go as high as we need it to. And that sets in. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess that we always put ourselves in the January transfer window, which angers me. If you look at last season, why didn't we win the league title? Because we made announcements before we actually before the end of the season, which I'd rather have. I guarantee you, every Liverpool fan will say the same thing if I ask them that question. If you had the pick between the two, Jurgen Klopp announcing his departure at the end of the season and winning the league, or Jurgen Klopp, announcing his departure in January, you choose probably at the end of the league, like myself, because we could party with him, and we could send him off, with the championship, and all that stuff. But we didn't choose to do that. We done it in the at the end of the transfer window of January, and which stopped us signing players. And not only that, the players will say, no, we're gonna do it for Jurgen Klopp, but they failed. They didn't do it for Jurgen. They all failed. I mean, you see the games as well. We didn't even look serious at in some of the games. And I mean, especially Everton away, that was the one that destroyed me the most. The way we behaved in that game, the way we had no aggression. In a local derby, we let Everton dominate us in the air, on the floor, everything. You know what I mean? Bully us on the pitch. Nah, bro. It was awful, man. I felt sorry for Jurgen Klopp, because that was his last game of the season, and we drew with West Ham. And then you see him and Salah arguing on the sideline. You know what I mean? It's just a mess, man. It's just absolute mess, and it didn't work out as it should. We should be respecting what that manager done. Now we see what he has been facing with these referees and their dodgy actions off the pitch as well as on the pitch, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, guys, man, we just need to get this doubt away from our football club in order for us to compete. Man City don't have that. Arsenal don't have that in the past. Man United didn't have that in the past, but we're the only ones that always have it, and it really annoys me. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me get to the comments before I continue. As you can see, guys, this is Zubimendi thing. Like, Liverpool will continue, to try sign him, hopefully in the January transfer window. Real Sociedad is not doing very well, guys. They're struggling in that league. I think they're about 10th or something like that. Michael West, big up, brother. I'm worried about this league. So are we, bro. So are we, bro. Everybody is. Lots of questions now. 100%, bro. Big up, Steve, as always. Big up, Michael West. Big up. Zubimendi wanted by City and Arsenal now. Yeah, listen, it's wasting time, innit? Get that business done early, then you don't have this issue. You know what I mean, guys? Rumors also, Amarin interested in signing Zubimendi or Chouamini for Man United. There you go, bro. The more time you waste, the more the rivals will take the players off your hands. And this is what worries me more than anything. Big up, Alexandra, man. Big up, bro. Big up, Neville is such a liar. He's a liar, bro. Listen, look at the stream I've done. I've done it way before everybody else, like I always do. I mention these people, and I get fed up with their actions, during our games, analyzing the games, and they always trying to bring us down so their team, don't get caught and all that stuff. That's the whole point, guys. The reason Gary Neville behaves the way he does is not only cater to his fan base, is to cater to the whole of the league. So when he has this animosity towards Liverpool Football Club, he wants the whole league to be going towards Liverpool Club the same, so we don't win titles, guys. So when we face these teams, they'll go all out. They sit, in front of the goal. They make sure we don't score goals. They even settle for 0-0 because they don't want Liverpool to get the 3 points. That's what it is. That's what it is with him. He's a fraud, man, and he should not be commentating in Liverpool games anymore. Enough, man. Enough. I mean, Zubimendi signing for LFC in January 2025 increases our chance of winning the league. The title, sorry. Zubimendi next to Gravenberch is elite, 100%, bro. Listen, Gravenberch, McAllister, whatever, Jones, Soboslai is still elite, bro. Even with Endo, if we have to keep the game tight, that'd be that. He's only 25, guys. I thought he was 26. He's only 25, man. So he's got a long way to go in his career. And you could have that regret. They promised a lot of money. They promised they're going to get some signings for him, to challenge somewhere in the top 4, but he ain't. It was all a lie. So now, like, he's regretting his, him staying. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just a mess for his career progression. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if Steven Gerrard rejected Chelsea to stay at Liverpool when Chelsea were a better team at the time, like, come on, guys, everybody can do that. That's what I'm saying. We need to, like, just think about it and understand, where he's coming from. He's a homegrown player. He's born around that area. And, he doesn't want to move out just yet. He thought he made the right decision. Now he probably regrets it. So, it is what it is. You can forgive and forget. I mean, he never signed for Liverpool Football Club. There's no contract that says, he signed and he rejected us or anything like that. He just rejected, saying, nah, I'd rather stay. But it is what it is. I'm not going to be here crying about him. Big up John Conway as always, brother. Big up, brother. Keep the comments coming, man, because there's lots more to talk about as well. I want to do the rival watch. You know what I mean? There's a Mr. Coote he's done himself again. So I want to look at TalkSport, and I want to talk about Robbie from DRTV, AFTV, and I want to talk about Arsenal fans, moaning about certain things and, just etc. I'll stay here as long as possible before I go to work. But tomorrow I'll be back as long as you want me tomorrow, actually. So, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, as you can see, people, David Coote's got some issues that he apparently has to solve, because at the beginning they were defending this guy. You know what I mean? He might have problems, but I said it on my stream day after the day after everybody exposed him for who he is and showed that video. I said, when I'm looking at this guy, he looks like he's high as a kite. You know what I mean? And there's a video now, part 2 of it, that he does stuff like that. You know what I mean? And let's just listen to TalkSport, then we move on to the next one after that, yeah?
It's coming in regarding this situation surrounding David.
Hang on, guys. I don't know what's going on there.
So many messages coming in regarding this situation surrounding David Coote, top referee David Coote, because a second video has been released into the public domain, allegedly showing the referee.
Listen, if anyone is defending David Coote of the second video as well, yeah, they do the same thing. That's what it is. There's not. Listen, let's be on a Friday night out, Saturday night out. I'm buzzing. The fingers, all this stuff. This happens in certain places. You know what I'm saying? So, anyone defending this stuff when he's in the Euros, like officiating, and then the next, as soon as he finishes the game, he's going down there doing some, white magic powder. You know what I'm saying? So there you go, people. I mean, anyone defending that, think about them, what they do in their life, because you can't defend things like this. This is the things you're supposed to keep away, from kids and all that stuff. And we're supposed to be setting an example. You know what I mean? And we're crying about him, like, he don't give a damn. He earns all. Listen, the guy is probably a millionaire now. You know what I mean? The amount of money he earns. He's in a billionaire sport. I'm sure he earns a lot of money being a professional referee. You know what I mean? But listen, a night out, Friday night, Saturday night, you know what I mean? On the I'm saying it's a regular thing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's not nowadays, but it's been happening for years. So whoever defends this, you need to look at them, guys. You need to look at them, because they might do the same thing. Because this is unacceptable behavior of anyone in that profession. You know what I mean? We're supposed to have role models in that in that profession. You know what I mean? And they're not even showing that. That's what's pissing me off more than anything. Kids look up to this. Kids look up to referees, coaches, footballers, and all that stuff. And then you see this like video that's surfacing everywhere, and it's okay. And we need to look after him. Come on, guys, man. Listen, if he's not looking after himself, it's only him to blame. You know what I mean? And I'd rather look after our kids and make sure they don't go through things like that than watch this bullshit that we're watching. It's madness, man. Like, how people defend this, I don't understand. I really don't understand.
David Coote snorting a white powder during Euro 2024. It comes just days after Coote was suspended by the PGMOL following a video involving him making derogatory comments about Liverpool and the former manager Jurgen Klopp. Before we return to the former head of the PGMOL, Keith Hackett, a number of questions being asked, Simon. They're asking me to ask you from a whole bunch of listeners this morning. What does Simon think, Jim? What was it? What's the more damaging of the two videos? Coote on the first hand, having a go at Klopp and having a go at Liverpool and having a go about Klopp being a German, or the second one about the pictures of him allegedly snorting a white powder during Euro 2024. Which of the two is the more damaging?
Well, sorry guys, I don't know what's going on here.
Did you know?
I hate adverts. I really hate adverts.
I think probably. Well, I mean, I think probably the first one, even though I defended the right for him to be redeemed, the second one just compounds the issue. I mean, we see people in sport making these lifestyle choices, and people wrap their arms around them. So if you saw a referee, saw David Coote being solely having a video released about him taking cocaine, the reaction to Mark Bosnich or the reaction to Adrian Mutu or the reaction to Kell Brook was one: this person needs help. He needs support. He needs an opportunity to be able to find his way back. Because the refereeing fraternity doesn't enjoy that public endearment, it gets an alternate reaction. So it's a combination of the two. You can't separate them because they both exist. But from a point of view of integrity of the refereeing fraternity, it's the first video that does the most damage.
Well, at the moment, as you might imagine, Howard Webb and the PGMOL in the eye of a storm. Their latest statement: we are aware of the allegations and are taking them very seriously. David,
let me put it out there, yeah, guys. Listen, I've never taken a drug in my life. I don't smoke. You know what I mean? I might have made mistakes in my lifetime, but listen, this is just, it's unacceptable, man. I can't believe, people saying that, put an arm around him and all this stuff. This is a regular thing that happens, but what's bad about it, like, is he's doing it during the Euros as well. Like, it shows the lack of care in this thing, man. It's annoying. You're refereeing a game or fourth official, whatever you are, then you come back from the game and you start doing that, and then you go back to another game. So how many games were you in that you was really high? Like, that's what I want to know. Maybe that's why you make some strange decisions in these games. Probably you're still high. You know what I mean? Maybe before the game, let me do some, just to, get the buzz. I need to, get some, energy. I have to, feel, relaxed in the game because I'm very nervous. This is what they do, man. Like, trust me, guys. This is a madness that actually goes on. Oh man, listen. Like I said, you can't defend things like that. Because if you defend things like that, you're allowing the youth to watch things like that, and then they think it's okay to do that. You're supposed to keep our kids away from things like this. I mean, but we're not doing that. We're telling people put our arm around him, and it's okay, and all this stuff. He's got problems. You choose your life, your way, your path in life. Nobody pushes you there. Nobody puts something on your back telling you go and do this, go and do that. You choose your way of life. I mean, I chose not to do things like this. Why is he choosing it? Come on, man. Come on. Let me get to the comments before I go on. Sorry about that, guys. It's madness. It's absolute madness. People, come on. There's 16 people watching, maybe more. Just get in the comments, man. Say how you feel. Because like I said, if you're defending this, you might be doing the same thing. I guarantee you. Chiesa has not settled in England and wants to return to home to Italy in January 2025. Let him go, man. I don't care. He's not doing anything for us anyway. What is he exactly doing at Liverpool Football Club? He's done nothing since he's been there. You know what I mean? It's madness, bro. Football authorities need to act quickly and sack Coote and make serious statements saying we don't want officials in our game. We don't want bad officials in our game. Yeah, listen, I honestly think, mate, there's more coming out very, very soon. I don't think this is just the one. This is just the beginning. I think they need a whole refurbishment. They need to get rid of Howard Webb. All the referees, mate. Just get new ones in. Let the foreign referees, the best in the world, come to our league for now until we brush all these assholes away, and then start over again and get some officials that are, specifically for areas of the industry. If you know what I mean, like VAR assistants should be only working in VAR. They should not be working as a referee the next day. You know what I mean? Referees. You know what I mean? Linesmen. You know what I mean? Things like that. That's what we've got to work on. Get younger ones as well that, that don't have these problems in their lives. You know what I mean? We need role models in this place, man. We don't need people that's off their head, man, off their nut, as they call it. I'm off my nut, you know what I mean? I'm off my nut, you know what I mean? This kind of thing. I don't want to hear shit like that, man. I want to see football, you know, played in the right way. Not people saying, I'm off my nut, man. You know, I'm buzzing. I don't want to hear shit like that. I don't want to hear shit like that. Kids should not hear things like this. This is what we're supposed to keep people away from. But nah, bro. Nah. I'm off my nut.
Coote remains suspended pending a full investigation. David's welfare continues to be of the utmost importance to us, and we are committed to providing him with the ongoing necessary support he needs through this period. We are not in a position to comment further at this stage. You won't be surprised to hear that we've tried to get a hold of Howard Webb, but they're sticking to that line at this moment. So many supporters around the country have their own view of what is going on regarding David Coote, what's going on with referees, what's going on with the PGMOL. And before we return to Keith Hackett, I'm going to go to Ben, who's a Liverpool fan. Ben, good morning. What do you want to say?
What are you about, mate? Like, what's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? You know what's going on. You probably all do it anyway, coming out with what's going on. This is a regular thing. I mean, are we like trying to hide shit here? It happens all the time. It's just one idiot got caught. You know what I mean? The dumbest of the lot got caught. You know what I mean? So, we like I said, things need to change. You know what I mean? And fast before this league disappears. Because, you know, when a league is, you know, in question, other leagues look at it and they will take over eventually. You know what I mean? They will put this league in a way of, you know, avoid it. They're full of, you know, takers, you know, gear takers and all this stuff, whatever it is they do. And, you know, it's bad for the reputation of the league. You know, that's what it is. It's bad for the, you know, the reputation for the league will be in question. And as that happens, the other leagues will get stronger. Look what happened in Italy. Italy was the best league in the world. When the mafias and all this stuff started happening, you know, match fixing or whatever it was, what happened? The Premier League, La Liga got stronger, and the Premier League got stronger and stronger and stronger because we thought our league is clean. We don't do things like this. But now, you know, we're in trouble, man. The best thing to do is just get rid of the PGMOL. The whole thing is a mess. Since Howard Webb has been here, everything has gone downhill. And I've got no doubt about it. I said it since the day he came in. Why is this idiot coming back? He wasn't even a good referee in the first place. He had, you know, problems against certain teams, especially Liverpool Football Club. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I don't understand. I really don't understand why people sit here defending this nonsense, man. Get rid of everything. Get rid of it. Start again, man, before it gets out of hand. Because other leagues will look at this and they will make their league stronger than the Premier League eventually.
Say about this.
Good morning. First of all, great show. 2 points very quickly. One,
Thanks, Ben.
I also care about people's welfare. That's paramount to everything. But more importantly, to my point right now, PGMOL in 2020 made the decision to take David Coote for the best part of 4 years off of Liverpool matches. So to suggest, and I agree with almost everything Simon ever said, but to suggest that this is a singular issue.
Check this out.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
It's another jacket from Bearskin.
I'm not a guy.
Issue, and there's no empirical evidence to suggest this corruption within the PGMOL is just fundamentally wrong. If they knew about this video 4 years ago and only decide to take action once it becomes in the public domain,
that's the worst part of it, guys. There's a rumor going around that they knew about it 4 years ago. I mean, so, well, why, like, haven't you done anything about it? You know, I mean, you thought, like, you know, sweeping it under the carpet is the way, like, and nobody will find out eventually. Listen, man. Now, like, what we're hearing now, you know what I mean? Like I said, there's more damage caused than, you know, if you just like let it out from the beginning. I mean, if you let it out from the beginning, by now we'll be like probably relaxed. We'll probably moved on, got rid of David Coote and people like that. And then, you know, we'll just continue with our football. But you sweeping it under the carpet for 4 years, whew, listen, a lot of stuff's going to happen, man. A lot of stuff. But people like, share, and subscribe, and hit the comments as well. Appreciate everybody that's on.
that questions everything about the corruption, the integrity, about the PGMOL from the bottom to the top.
Why do you use the word? Why do you use the word corruption? I mean, what benefits is it? What benefit is it to the PGMOL to disadvantage Liverpool?
What's the benefit of hiding it? What's the benefit of having it? I'm not just talking about Liverpool here, because we could talk about every Premier League manager and every referee. But let's just suggest for the moment that it is just David Coote. Then why would the PGMOL hide that information for 4 years until it's forced into the public light by whoever's put it there? What would be the benefit of doing so?
Again, I'd ask you the terminology corruption. I mean, ultimately, there has to be an ultimate beneficiary as a result of corruption. When you do something that you corrupt people with, is because you're getting an outcome. Who benefits from this?
And there's also no, Ben, there's no suggestion they hid the video.
Well, they knew about the information.
Yep.
Why would they take David?
You don't know that, nor do we.
So
no, I think that's a bit of supposition on your part there, mate.
Why did they take him? Why did they take him off 4 years ago? Why has he not refereed the Liverpool game for the best part of 4 years? What would be your?
Maybe they recognised there was some serious, significant compromise between the manager of Liverpool and the referee, and they thought it was a sensible decision to avoid them.
Then why not make that decision with every other ref? Because in the segment before,
maybe there isn't quite the same vitriol between.
You made that point about Arteta.
Yeah, but maybe there isn't the same vitriol. Maybe there was a deep dislike between Klopp and the referee. It was evident to the PGMOL, and they took a professional decision to say, let's avoid that tinderbox.
Yeah. All I can say is, Ben, keep listening, because former...
Well, BS that is. You know what I mean? Like, Poutini refereed Liverpool games after 6 months. You know what I mean? He told Jurgen Klopp to his face that he doesn't like him. You know what I mean? And I remember Jurgen Klopp being shocked after that. And then he said it after the match. So, like... What I don't understand what this guy's saying. Like they didn't. You can't mention it because they didn't know about it at the time or something like that. That's what I'm hearing from this Simon guy. But 4 years of not refereeing a game for Liverpool, and as soon as Jurgen Klopp leaves, that he comes back again. You know what I mean? Doesn't that tell you something? I don't know, man. I really don't know. They knew about it. They knew about that video, man. They knew about it. Someone just leaked it that left probably the committee. I don't know. Something happened.
Head of the PGMOL, former top referee himself, Keith Hackett, has returned to the show. Keith, good morning once again. Thanks for staying with us.
Good morning.
Is this not a perfect example, Keith, of what we're going to get now? Fan after fan after fan calling out corruption.
Yeah, I mean, since the introduction of VAR and the poor performance of VAR, when referees are making errors, they're immediately saying corruption, corruption. It seems to be a growing trend. And sadly, the actions of David Coote have just put flames on the fire.
Exactly, guys. Exactly. It's worrying. It's really worrying. I don't know where we're going to go from here. Like I said, a lot of teams will, take advantage. Big up Beijing, brother. Go and subscribe to Beijing, guys. Great guy, man. Great channel. Great, panel as well, man. They're building something big there. So please go subscribe to them. Big up, brother. Yeah, big up, big up. The longer this coup situation is dragged out in the media, the more damage it does to the Premier League name, brand, worldwide. Sack Coote ASAP and end this coup drama. Spot on, brother. Spot on. I agree with you, man. But they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it for what it is. They just let it play out, and it's okay. You know what I mean? We're gonna put our arm around him. Probably get him back in the next year or so before he does something. It's just a mess, man. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And defending this kind of behavior will, increase people doing this on a regular basis in the future as well. You know what I mean? You're supposed to end this right now. Stop this nonsense. Let's put it away, and try to make sure everyone is educated in issues like this. But no, we're over here defending it. You know what I mean? It's madness. It's absolute madness, man. I just can't believe it. I honestly can't believe people defend this kind of nonsense, man. It's like defending someone who done a crime, and you see it in front of your face, and all of a sudden, you're in him out of jail. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's madness, absolute madness. You get paid that much money, you earn a living as a professional, referee. You're in a billionaire sport, trillionaire sport, and you do that, and people say it's okay. I don't know, man.
Can I just pull you for a second? I heard you say this the other day, but why do you keep saying the poor performance of VAR when statistically VAR has proven to be better. It might not be its perfect product, and it was brought in to help and facilitate solutions for you guys, but you keep on characterizing it as poor.
Yes, and the reasoning behind that, Simon, is that I think that our decisions that have come through the VAR in terms of the impact of VAR on the referee, and it's a whole debate surrounding, is VAR currently assisting referees? How has it impacted on the referees? And I think it's impacted.
You see, this is
negative.
where that guy, when he was talking about corruption, should have brought it up. How can you have a VAR system in place and you still make mistakes as much as before the VAR? I mean, this is what's happening in football nowadays, guys. We're making mistakes as much as, without VAR. I'd rather have no VAR than if we're going to make the mistakes that we're doing right now. You know what I mean? There's so many times, like, again and again, it happens as well. As I said, scrap PGMOL, scrap the VAR system, get the UEFA VAR system in here, and let's move from there and just teach people how to use it. That's only specified for that. And referees being referees, linesmen being linesmen, things like that. That's what we need to go back to, because there's too much under the carpet stuff happening in this country, and nobody's pulling these officials up on it. I think everybody's in sync here, even the Premier League. I've always said it. It will come out one day, because this came out. I said this years ago about the referees and their dodgy actions. Now it's out. But I've got a feeling they influence games, guys. I swear to you, the decisions that we see at the end of the season to keep the points close between top three, top two, or whatever it is, it's weird. It's very, very strange, because it always goes to the last game of the season and who's going to win the league in the last game of the season. This never used to happen a lot before. Now it's a common occurrence since the VAR system has been in place. The last time this actually happened with that was the Aguero incident. You know what I mean? The one, whoa, that one. And probably, that and Vincent Company, maybe. But it's a common occurrence now. And what made me decide there's something deciding games along the way is the decisions before the final game of the season. You get what I'm saying? That McAllister incident, that Rodri incident with Everton a couple of seasons before that. It's always, it always comes to the final game of the season and who's going to win it. But not many people ask questions about that. Everybody just sits down and says, other leagues go through that, so why don't we? No, I'm not looking at other leagues. I want to look at this league. I support this league. I don't watch other leagues. I want to see fair, fair title race. I don't want to see corruption title race. I'm sorry. I don't want to see shit like that. It's madness, man. Absolute madness. VAR is a great system when used by competent officials. VAR is only a bad system when clowns use it. It's not, mate. It's purposely done, bro. Like what I see. Knowing this, like now, they're doing whatever they want. They're not even professional off the pitch, as well as on the pitch. It proves to me there's lack of appreciation for the job they have. There's lack of professionalism, obviously, as well, and they don't care. They don't really care in whatever team they officiate. If someone says something to them as they're coming off the pitch, they will target that guy in the next games, if you know what I mean. And if you look at David Coote and Jurgen Klopp, the incident started in that Burnley game at home. I think they finished 1-1. And if you look at the kit Robertson was wearing, it was the season we won the league. So if you look at the Van Dijk incident, it was the beginning of the season of the next season. You know what I mean? So, it's madness. There was a sending off for Richarlison. Pickford should have got sent off, but he said, I didn't know I was supposed to make that decision. And there was an offside decision that didn't even make sense to me. They say Mane's hairline is offside when his hairline starts at the back. You know what I mean? What kind of nonsense is that? Yeah, so, and Henderson scored the goal. So you got to look at it. Look at that incident when it started with Klopp and David Coote. It was the season we won the league. So it was way before the actual Van Dijk incident. So he had that, boiling inside him for a long time. And all of a sudden, next season starts. Oh, it's time to get them. You know what I mean? Let's make a little mistakes here. It's not even a little mistakes. It's 2-3 big mistakes in one game. I mean, and then you go after that. You got the Arsenal game last season with the basketball. So many stuff. Pictures are all surfacing around YouTube, guys, and all around Twitter, all around Instagram of him officiating Liverpool games. And I've heard someone says to me, he almost give you guys, when he's refereeing games, 100% decisions. No, they're not. We've got 55% decisions from David Coote. Man United, who are even worse a team than us, get 65 decisions. So I don't know where these people are coming out with. We almost get 100 with David Coote as the official. I'm talking about as a referee. I'm talking about as a VAR assistant. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about his fourth official when he's got no impact in the game. Why are you bringing that to me? That can't be a 100. I mean, come on, man. Nonsense, man. Absolute nonsense. They're probably including that, a fourth official role. What does our fourth official do apart from telling the manager to calm down or telling the referee send him off? What does he do? So that's 100%. Come on, man. Madness.
Because it's promoted to some degree lazy refereeing, where there's, from refereeing point of view, an over-reliance. I don't want to put into doubt the statistics. I don't have those to hand. But I do question when Howard Webb came out a couple of weeks ago, and said VAR has only made 2 errors. Then I think there needs to be a greater transparency on that on that fact.
Okay, fair enough.
Referees generally are making errors. We've always made errors, and I think it's if you like, the transparency, lack of it in VAR terms at the football grounds.
Listen, you can make an error. It's a human. It's a human way of things, isn't it? That's how it is. That's life. You know what I mean? But when you're making errors in the VAR era, there's something wrong with you as a referee. Either you're not fit enough, or either you're doing it by purpose. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. Like I said, I watch Champions League football week in and week out when it's on. Yeah. How many VAR incidents do you see that's bad? 1, probably 2 at most. Not a regular thing like the Premier League. Every week in the Premier League, the referee is the star. The referees are the ones that talked about. They are the stars of the soap. You know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say, guys. It's just the Premier League that faces this issue. Watch the Champions League and watch the Premier League. How often do you see bad decisions on the Champions League? Go and check it out. The only ones we complain about is a handball, but that's something that the referee committee in the Champions League has put in there. If the ball touches someone's hands, it's a penalty. That's nothing to do with the referee. That's the people in the hierarchies that make the rules up. So yeah, guys, it's beyond belief, man. It's beyond belief. Hey, AK, I'm not gonna read it, but it's the same thing you always say. But I'll put it up there for you, no problem, mate. Big up Rafi as always, brother. David Coote should be banned from all football and stadiums in the world, whatever level. Pratt. Straight to the point. Okay, no. Respect for this. Smash the likes. Smash up the likes and subscribe. Big up, brother. Always, man. Big up. Beijing, have you got any shows coming up, man? Let them know in the chat, man, so we could get you over there. Friday, I should be back with the panel. We are going to be talking about a lot of stuff, especially this as well. I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it. Don't forget, Klopp just lost his mum and could not attend the funeral due to COVID restrictions. And these officials knew that, but still took the P double. Yeah, man. There you go, people. Call in on Friday with Mr. Beijing. I might even call up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've never been in their channel. I might do it this time, I'm free, so why not? Yeah. Beneficial, even Stevie Wonder can see this. If you can't see this, then you are not a football fan or need to go to Specsavers. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. But let's get back to this, man.
The speed at which offside decisions are made are slow.
Exactly.
And where we think...
Tired of big bulky bags of processed kibble.
Enough, man. Can't do nothing about the breaks, guys. I haven't got that. I ain't that rich, man.
VAR should have intervened, and it does not. all adds to what I consider to be technology that is not helping the referee in the same way that goal line technology does.
Okay, fair point. Keith, here's the thing. When you were head of the PGMOL, did you consider yourself responsible for the culture of the organization?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And perhaps, you know, with a business background as a director of a company and wanting to be the best, and, you know, we were going through a period then, and I'm going back to the early days of finishing my career and then suggesting that we needed to have professional referees on the basis that we raise standards. And I think standards have certainly been raised. Why is that? Sports science and all the things that come in. We've moved from an area where, let me tell you, I lost 2 jobs through refereeing football matches. That was my choice. On one occasion, to get back to a board meeting, it cost me a couple of grand chartering an aircraft to get back. Again, my choice. I think with professional refereeing, people don't have the real insight as to what goes on and the performance analysis that takes place. You know, it is detailed, it is thorough, and referees, when they make errors, it's discussed, and hopefully then they don't repeat the errors.
How do you think?
You see, that's what he
This
said.
is going to switch on to Howard Webb. His control.
You know what he just said? Like they don't repeat the errors when they make the errors in the first time, but they do. That's the thing, guys. Like it never ends. We always see the same errors again and again and again. This is the problem everybody has with this. You know what I mean? If you make one error, we'll forget about it the next day. We will talk about it, but we'll forget about it the next day. But when the same referee keeps on making errors in every game that you're participating in, and which David Coote does do, even the last game that he actually refereed, which is the last game of the Premier League that we played, Aston Villa, when Salah got brought down, he said it's not a foul. You see the arms wave saying not a foul, carry on. You know what I mean? It was a clear, blatant foul. That in normal circumstances, that's a red card, and he didn't even give anything. You know what I mean? So a lot of people say, I wish Darwin Núñez didn't score, but if Darwin Núñez didn't score that, he's never going to score in the game. So it is what it is, how that turned out. But you look at some of the decisions sometimes, like when Liverpool players get fouled in certain areas, there's never a free kick. But when the similar incident happens with the opponents, it's always a free kick. That's what I don't understand. I remember Salah getting pulled in that game, and he didn't give him a free kick by Lukadin. So this is what I'm saying, guys. You got to be consistent in the games you're playing with the decisions that you make, and they don't really do that. You know what I mean? If Aston Villa is going to get a foul for someone tapping someone on the back, then if someone taps Liverpool player on the back as well, if it's a similar incident, then give the free kick as well. This is what upsets a lot of people. You see the same incidents in the games, but you favor one team. Why? Like why? Why is it because Salah is not English? What is the reason you didn't give Salah that foul? I remember Chelsea and Liverpool at Anfield when one of their defenders brought down Salah in the box. And then I think Gary Neville said, get up. He should get a yellow card for that. He's dived. He didn't dive. It was an actual foul. If you look back at that incident, Salah got fouled. Salah might fall in a way which is over dramatic sometimes, but he actually does get fouled. I mean, you don't really see a lot of incidents in regards to diving with Salah. You know what I mean? You know divers already when you see divers, but Salah is not a diver. I mean, and he gets contact. It's like what Gary Neville used to say: if you get contact, then you got the right, to go down. That's what he used to say. So when it concerns Liverpool players getting contact and they go down, it's a different story right now. Yeah, man, I can't watch this shit, man. It's madness, man. And like I said, what's scary? These things are happening when Liverpool are challenging for a title. All this damn referee stuff. I mean, but when Arsenal, Man City is challenging for titles, you don't hear nothing like this. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Should be banned from Sunday League football games also. Yeah, 100%. Every time LFC score a goal, all the officials are looking at everything to say no goal. Yeah, we don't even celebrate goals anymore, bro. I could attest to that. I go to games. I have to wait until I celebrate. You know what I mean? It's madness, man. It's crazy. One official say when officials say they made an error and say it's human error, they need to be retrained on the mistakes to say it won't happen again. I agree with you, Steve, but it's like this guy said, they should be retrained. But the thing is, every single time we see these referees, they're still making the mistakes at Liverpool, against Liverpool or whoever it is they officiate. You know what I mean? I don't watch outside Liverpool, so I don't know what he does to other teams. I'm only looking at what he does to my team. This is what upsets me when rival fans start saying this happens to everybody. But you don't watch my team in a consistent basis. So how would you know? Like I said about Arsenal, I don't know anything about Arsenal, so I can't really judge on Arsenal because I don't watch Arsenal all the time, and I'm not a fan of Arsenal. Their fan base have more right to say things than me. I don't have any right to say anything about Arsenal. So when I see rival fans talking about my football club and the decisions that's made against us, and they're saying it happens to everybody, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I don't find it. I don't want to like. I find it strange because you don't watch my games every week. You're not a fan of my football club, day in and day out. You don't. So I know what I get. I mean, with these officials, it's unfair treatment on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And it never ends. It's always happening. We're always on our toes. We're always at the edge of our seats when these officials referee our games because we already know in advance who's refereeing our game. When it's David Coote, Anthony Taylor, Paul Tierney, we already know. So once we find out who it is, we always, have that doubt in our head. Is he going to make the decision today that's going to cost us this game? That's going to cost us the league. I mean, all this stuff happens on a regular basis because we watch our team continuously when these referees make mistakes, season in, season out. I'm sure they've been trained, but why are they improving? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
And the direction of travel that happens next. How do you think Howard should be handling the imminent onslaught of observation and the direction of travel of the PGMOL now?
Well, I think firstly, Howard Webb is a very good communicator. I think, Simon, and this is just an observation without any sort of facts, I think he's inherited a lot of people that were, if you like.
This is how AI optimizes my schedule.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Working for Mike Riley. And I think some of those people perhaps don't like the knowledge to be able to advance its course. My view is he needs to surround himself with some other people. I think from his point of view, he just needs to step back and concentrate on getting the referees who are performing well out into the games. And I think this is about communication with the clubs, with the managers, and with the board of the PGMOL.
I want to thank you again, Keith, for coming on and speaking with such honest.
The question here is, more than anything, guys, like, why isn't there new referees? Why are we seeing the same ones every season? When are they going to be relegated and promoted and all that stuff? This is what confuses me. You know what I mean? Premier Leagues get relegated, promoted, whatever it is. But for some reason, we're still seeing the same referees every season. Why? Like, when is it enough? Like, for us to, say enough is enough? Yeah, it's not right, man. It's not right, in my opinion. These mistakes is always from the same referees as well, but they still come back every season. They don't get relegated.
It's a crisis, isn't it? This is a crisis facing this organisation and facing refereeing in this country. Of that, there is no doubt. Surely, Keith, they've never known anything like this.
No, we haven't. Yet I think Simon's view of it should be listened to very carefully. I think that this is one bad apple potentially in the barrel, and it is affecting the outcome of the vision of fans who just want to jump onto the bandwagon and have a go at every one of them. We've got some excellent referees. Howard just needs to give them a bit more guidance, support, and look to improve performance and reduce the errors.
Should they not have seen the bad apple, though, long before now, Keith?
Yeah, but I mean, Howard's only been in the job about 18 months. And, you know, how close are you? This is not like a football club, the PGMOL. The referees come in every couple of weeks. They meet and then they discuss. We're not following the referee day in, day out. Look, the fact that David Coote has gone through this process is alarming. When you consider the amount of effort that he himself has put in to get to the elite level of refereeing, this is probably 10 to 12 years in its operation.
Sure.
And
yeah.
it's sad that when they get to the top level, you know, some want to be living in the same world as football players. They need to understand their responsibility, the promotion of integrity.
There you go. Like, imagine like you get to your dream job, and then like you still do things like this off the pitch. You know what I mean? It shows the lack of care from these officials, in my opinion. When I look at it, they don't give a damn like what they're doing on the pitch. They don't give a damn what they're doing off the pitch. So it's scary times, man. It's scary times. You know, like I've always said, a footballer's career is very, very short. So make the most of it while you're there. And it doesn't look like these officials are, you know, making the most of it. They just got personal issues which they take to the pitch, and then they you know, they make the errors, and you know, they haven't got at certain managers. Not every manager, but certain managers. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not right, guys. Something's got to be done. A lot of people need to like be shipped out. You know, they need to restructure everything in that PGMOL. They need to get rid of a lot of people, and start again, man. Some way, somehow. If you know what I mean, like it's time to promote. You know, officials from the lower divisions to the Premier League. Someone nobody knows. You know what I mean? Somebody that's, you know, not gonna give you, you know, that doubt in the games and things like that. That's what we need to do, guys. I'm being serious. Like, just start from the bottom and go work your way up. This is what this guy Howard Webb hasn't done. He's just coming to the job, and he's basically using the same referees as the previous people that got, you know, that left the job. So yeah, man, from the top to bottom, they need to like refresh the whole thing, man.
Integrity is important, but the only way we'll win back confidence is improving standards on the football field, and for fans to be a little bit patient. And I think the big issue for me is how VAR is communicated to the fans inside the stadium.
Okay, Keith, not for the first time.
You know what they need to do now? Like, can I be real with you guys? Like, we interview managers after the game. We interview players after the game. I think it's the right time right now. Referees should be interviewed when they finish the game as well on their decisions. You know what I mean? Be accountable for your actions, if you know what I mean. So if you're going down that route and you're not laying off these referees, and you're still going to keep these useless referees, obviously, in the game, they have to be accountable for their actions now. So after the game, interview them. Ask them those questions, those hard-hitting questions, like, and what they did in those games. But, you know, they always, you know, kept behind the scene. They don't really want to, you know, put them in an awkward position and all this stuff. But they're in a professional environment now. You know, this referee has done that. It's, you know, about time. If you can't do that, you should not be a referee, in my opinion. I mean, so just go and promote someone that could talk to the press after the game. We don't need these kind of referees that want to hide things, their decisions after the game and all that stuff. I want to see that. I want to see these referees be accountable for their actions straight after the game. Ask questions, the hard-hitting questions, and, you know, let's see what they say. If they could make it clearer to us or not, if you know what I mean. No more protecting them, man. They've lost that right now. They've lost that right to be protected. I know, like, one bad apple shouldn't affect the rest of the referees, but listen, they all make the same decisions on the pitch as well. They make a lot of mistakes too. You know what I mean? So we don't know what they do behind the closed doors and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Are they willing to take drug tests every week? I mean, things like that, man. It's madness. That's what I want to see. I want to see the referees after the game start talking to the press. It's high time they did that, guys. and they're not hiding behind everybody else. It's not fair. The players have to come out and talk to the press. Every reporter from all around the world, and the managers, that's the same thing. But the referees always hide, behind closed doors. It should be like that. It should not be like that.
Thank you so much for your time, Keith. We took more of it than we intended, but thank you very much indeed for your time and your content this morning. That was Keith Hackett, the former head of the PGMOL. What is next for this organisation? What is next for Howard Webb? What is next for referees in this country? Where are we at with it?
Jim White and Simon.
Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it? It's a mess, man. Big up, Cedric, brother. Big up, man. Guys, let's get this channel going, innit? We're back to normality now on a regular basis. So let's do this. Let's do this. What I want to do as well, guys, rival stuff. I want to hear what they're saying. I do the Football Terrace now, and I want to do AFTV, and I want to hear from the Arsenal fans. So that they ain't enough Man City fans for me to even put anything on there. You know what I mean? So, but I want to hear the rival fans, what they're saying, and all that stuff. Yeah. So let's just start with AFTV. That guy who hates Liverpool Football Club, who's always talking about Liverpool Football Club, Stricto, whatever his name is. I want to hear him after the game. I love hearing Arsenal fans because they embarrass themselves all the time.
Hi, welcome to AFTV. I got Big Stricto with me. We've drawn 1-1 against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I know how much I saw you before the game, how much you wanted to win this game, how much you wanted to get it 1-over on these lot. We didn't end that way, ended in a draw. Where are you at with the draw?
Maybe because the game just finished. I haven't really analysed the game back, but I felt we deserved more.
Okay.
Coming to Chelsea, you've heard them talking about Palmer, talking about Caicedo. Bro, these guys, I honestly didn't see none of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's different on TV, but I didn't see none of these guys.
They had chances, Stricto. Gusto's header, Copper had a shot outside the box. They had a few chances.
I mean, chances, everyone has chances, bro. But what do you do with them? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're the home team. But I personally felt in that first half, they did have the chance, but they sat back a lot. I think we had the ball. We had a lot of the ball.
That's fair.
But I just feel like we didn't do much with it. Is
that becoming annoying for you as an Arsenal fan? Because I don't know, it might not be, but it just feels like we are, like you said, possession. We keep it very well, but when we get it forward, it's like we keep going side to side. Like, where's the answer?
I mean, the positive is Odegaard is back. You can see the difference he makes, bro. Like, he sets the press. He's in fact, not only does he set the press, he's actually setting position of other players.
Yeah. Like, when he's running, he's pointing
he's like, it's almost manager-like. You know what I'm saying? So you can see the difference. We have no player like Odegaard in our squad. When he's not there, we're going to miss him, bro. Like the way
you see, this is what I don't understand about Arsenal fans. Like they say, there's no player like Odegaard. So when you buy a similar player to Odegaard, what's that player gonna do when Odegaard is fit? Like he's gonna sit on the bench for the whole season. What are you getting at? You know what I mean? It's not the team ain't built around Odegaard by himself. Everyone should have their impact in the game. If you know what I mean, guys. And that's what they're not having. This is why they're frustrated. They've been playing the same way for so long. It's caught up with them now. They're trying to be physical. They try to bring these big players like Moreno and all these guys, to intimidate opponents, but it's not working. You know what I mean? You have to have one or two systems. You know what I mean? Or three at max. Then you could cope with those games that you play. But they don't do that. I don't think Arsenal, when I look at them, they study the opponents enough. They don't study their weaknesses. They don't study their strengths. So this is what we do now. We study the opponent's weaknesses and strengths, and then when the game comes on, we have to do something to stop their attack, and something that can lead us to an attack, and we'll be successful at the end of that. That's what I'm saying, guys. So they don't do enough of that. That's the problem with Arsenal Football Club. There's too much, concentrating on their own players, but not enough concentrations on the opponents. They don't pay much respect to the opponents. This is why they've been getting bad results recently as well. But this guy is an asshole anyway. He's always, I don't want to say that. He's not an asshole. He's a good guy. But he's always, criticizing Liverpool, calling out title COVID and all this stuff. I remember him, throwing his season ticket away. Now he's back with the same jacket and the same jumper, man. It's crazy, isn't it?
He creates space for himself and space for others. Bro.
Is he that key? Are we a one-man team then?
We're not necessarily a one-man team, but we're a system team.
Right.
So if one man comes out of that system, then it's very hard for us to replicate.
Fair.
I think that's what it is.
Fair, that's fair.
You know, if you take Odegaard out, then the system's a lot weaker. Take Saka out, the system's weaker. And bro, when we took Saka out and Jesus comes on, bro, I've never seen a regression like that in my life, bro. Jesus is like having 10 men, bro. It's like we've got, honest to God, bro. In fact, it's worse. It's like having 9 men because.
Does that not feel harsh?
Bro, it sounds harsh here, but he nullifies Ben White. Because Ben White, he kills Ben White, bro. Because like Ben White can't overlap because he holds onto the ball too long, doesn't look, spinning around, doing, bruv, Jesus kills us, bro. Like I would have rather seen Nwaneri come on and then go from there. But I swear to God, bro, he kills us, bro.
So is he done for you?
Yeah. He's done. He's done. Even though I was watching him coming off the pitch, he didn't even hang around. As soon as the whistle went, he went down. He knows, bro. You're not a prolific striker, right? And there was things, he's never been a prolific striker, but there's things he's done in the past that he gets away with. For example, he's the type that will come on, win you a penalty because he's very crafty.
Yeah.
Well, how do you expect a player to stay on the pitch when he came on as a sub? Like, I don't understand. Like in his mind, he feels like he's a first team player. I don't mind Jesus. You know, people. I think people are too harsh on him. He's just in the wrong team. He's a hard-working player. He runs up and down. You know, obviously he's got to work on his finishing and all that stuff. But when Arsenal were good, he was part of the team, as I remember. When he disappeared with injuries, they really struggled up front. So this is what they're missing, in my opinion. Kai Havertz is a winger that plays as a striker, but he's not going to impact every game that he plays. This is why he's fading away now. But yeah, I think they're a bit harsh on Jesus in regards to his performances because he doesn't play much anymore. He comes on from the bench and he plays on the right side and they want him to impact the game like that. But he's more, up the middle, working hard and scoring goals when he can. That's what he's all about. And that's what they're missing, really, if you ask me. Pace and power from number 9 that could slot the ball back at the net and all that stuff. I hardly see actually Jesus missing chances anyway. So I don't understand where these people are coming from. As I said, if you're bringing him as a sub in the last few minutes of the game, why is he going to stay on the pitch and clap the fans? Why? You're not doing good by him anyway. So it's good they're losing their identity. It's good they're struggling, but yeah, I think they're kind of harsh on Jesus. I think he's better than what they say he is. Since the injuries, I don't think he played much, in my opinion. Because if you look back at Arsenal, the season he arrived, he was everything for them. How did that just stop all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Because of a lack of games, because you don't trust him on the pitch, and etc.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll come on, he'll drag a defender out, but when he's not doing that, and then couple with the fact you're not scoring, what the fuck else you good at for?
Yeah, it's tough because when you dominate possession at Arsenal, you'd think he'd be good to unlock defense. Like you said, he can be quite tricky, but I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know if it's just the teams move past him. It's at a level that Arsenal are at right now. I don't know what it is, but he's going to be needed because he's going to be an Arsenal player for the foreseeable until the next window potentially.
We're fucked, bro. We're fucked. Like I remember, I can't remember what game it was.
Can he not turn it around? Sorry, I know you're gonna say about go to game. Can he not turn? Because Martinelli, listen, not to the level where Jesus has been not informed, but Martinelli, I heard fans question him, and now on that goal, he does a lot of defensive work. Must be a way.
Yeah, Martinelli's not it, guys. He's awful, man. You know what I mean? His claim to fame is beating Trent. You know what I mean? On one-on-ones. That's his claim to fame. After that, he doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? So, as I said yesterday and the day before that, Arsenal just they're not good enough, guys. They never was. You know what I mean? This is the worst Man City team, and they can't even beat the worst Man City team. What does that tell you as a fan? You know what I mean? As a football fan in general, they're not good enough. They're not good enough, man. When watching live games on TV, we should be allowed to listen into what the officials are saying. I think they do that in rugby, don't they, bro? I think they do that in rugby. So why not something similar? I agree with you. I agree, 100%. Arsenal fans, clowns. Arsenal linked with Isak. Let them be linked with Isak. You know what I mean? They're not going to get him. Are they going to spend that much money after what Arteta spent already? I don't think so. Yeah, big up, Cedric. Let's get back.
Way back.
No, I mean Martinelli's different because what Martinelli gives you is defensive work. Fair. Like he works hard. Like Jesus doesn't know how to keep the ball. He loses the ball, Can he come back? Of course, anyone can come back. Jesus came back after 3 days. We see it's biblical, it's written. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think he cannot come back. But the problem with him now is what his chances are becoming limited. Because I'm sure Arteta's going to be looking at, I've brought you on in 2 games. You ain't done nothing for me. Maybe I'm going to give the young bucks a go. Maybe I'm going to tick attack and see maybe someone who can make it work. You know, like there's a lot of players right now that are not pulling their weight. You know, but they're doing other things. You know, for example, Havertz, for example. You know, by the way, he could have scored that. Trossard is having a nightmare.
See, fans have come on today and they've said he's done really well when he played today. But listen, that it might have been offside that last chance. But I'm telling you,
let me tell you something about doing well. Yeah, when his level has dropped to where it's got to, yeah, and it's on the floor, you can't get any more on the floor than what he's at. So it looks that he's doing better, but he's dog shit, bro. His passing is either under hitting or over hitting. There was one time when there was a ball through. It was a ball in for Havertz. Easy, simple pass. He's under cooked it. That's what he's been doing. And I think that's why a lot of people are screaming Arteta out. And I can see why some people say that, because some like leaving Trossard on for too long when he's having a stinker, bro. Like take the risk.
Take it. He come on as a sub though. He's saying take him back off.
Listen, guys, Arteta, I was a defender of him when he first arrived. Yeah, it's time to go, man. It's time to go. I think they need a winner as a manager, someone that knows about the titles, someone who's won a title, someone who knows, you know, the ins and outs, you know, of the league. That's what they need, guys. Like Arteta, he's awful, absolutely awful, man. You know, like when you watch a manager and he's nervous every single time you look at him, it's a worrying sign, in my opinion. There's no confidence in that guy when I watch him. Look at Jurgen Klopp, look at Pep Guardiola, you know what I mean? You hardly see them, you know, being nervous a lot. They do what they want. I mean, even Arne Slot, like, for example, I know this is his first season, all that stuff. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but he's so calm, you know what I mean? But with Arteta, he's always scratching his head. He's always worried, you know what I mean? And he's got that, you know, it's you know, like what I've always said, the managers, whatever manager you got, is the team on the pitch is a mirror image of them. When you watch Arsenal and watch Arteta, they're so similar. You know what I mean? You watch Pep Guardiola, you watch Man City, they're so similar. You watch Arne Slot, you watch Liverpool now, they're so similar. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And the nervousness has set into the team now. And when you see a manager always like that on the sideline, you know, like Trossard should have scored the other day. I don't know how he missed that. But listen, that's a chance that he was scoring back in the day. That's you know what I mean. That was an easy chance for Trossard to score. He scored more difficult chances than what he missed the other day. So yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. I've always said it. A manager is a mirror image of their team, and that's what Arsenal's becoming now. Very nervous on the pitch.
Bro, he came out as a sub. Then come on a sub next game, bro. Not this game, bro. Push him back, bro. Push him back. And the thing is, I love Trossard because, listen, I don't want to get on his back because he's going for a rough patch. But I think sometimes, the manager's got to protect you and not play you so that you can get that hunger again. You can view the game from a different perspective. Because right now, bro, everything he seems to do just seems to be turning into shit, bro. Like, remember a few seasons, was it last season? Everything he done was banging goals. Do you know what I'm saying? But the thing is with him now is like, his all-round general play. He's shit, bro. He's shit.
Let me end by asking you this, because I thought Trossard wasn't as good as everyone's made out as come on as well. So, but I don't think it was terrible. But I don't think it was as good as people are making out. But you said about some fans, you see Arteta out, and you've seen it online. I see it online.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Well, the honeymoon period is that, it's not more existent. That's what it is. It happens to every manager. There's a time like the fans say enough is enough, and that's what's happened to Arteta at the moment. A lot of the Arsenal fan base have had enough. I mean, they can't watch this anymore. You know, spending over 750 million, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Where's the result on the pitch? You know what I mean? Edu is leaving. Why is he leaving? I mean, if he's an Arsenal legend, why are you leaving? I thought you was, here for the long term. Yeah, man. Like when the ship is sinking, it sinks very fast. Listen, look at us. We was the best second team in the league for a long time. One time we was the best league team. You know what I mean? But once we lost focus of winning, the winning mentality, that's when we started dropping, and the likes of Arsenal and teams like that started catching up. You know what I mean? And Imagine that we were still at that level right now. We could have probably been on 2 or 3 titles, if you know what I mean, guys. Once you drop off that, it's very difficult to get back up there. But you know, the way we're playing this season with the different ideas, different manager, similar to Klopp in a way, the way he thinks, it shows it's what we needed. You know what I mean? I'm not here to, you know, downgrade what Klopp has done. I'm always going to be grateful for what he done for me and for you guys. But you know, Arne Slot, what he's doing now is just amazing, guys. You know what I mean? We might not play the best football, but you know, we're getting results. That's the most important thing. Even when we go down, we don't even lose games. You know what I mean? We still come back and score goals. Sometimes, like, the thing that irritates me with us is, you know, the clean sheets. We've got to make it consistent. That's the only way you can win. You know what I mean? Keeping clean sheets. So as long as the attackers score goals, but the attackers are scoring goals. I think they only didn't score in the Nottingham Forest game, but the rest they scored in every game. So that's all we've got to concentrate on, in my opinion. It's just making the clean sheets on a regular basis.
You right now, because I spoke to Yard Man, he said, look, I still believe in us, I still think we're going to win this league. I was actually quite surprised he said that.
I was surprised.
I'll be honest, but so are you kind of saying that as well, or you think Liverpool are too far gone, City might be too far gone for us, or do you still believe?
The problem that will happen for Arteta will be if Arne Slot wins something this season, and he doesn't, the pressure, the noise is going to be so fucking loud, that Ty's headphones ain't gonna be able to push back the noise, bro. Just
that's a good one. Yeah, man. If Arne Slot wins the league, guys, and Arteta doesn't, since he's 5 years now, spending all that money, and Arne Slot's here with no money, whew, guys. Oh, there's gonna be riots outside the Emirates. I'm telling you, mate. There's gonna be riots. Arsenal need to sign a quality, i.e., left winger, striker, keeper to win the league title. 100%. I said that about especially the goalkeeper. You know what I mean? I like Raya, what he's doing, but he's not a top quality goalkeeper. He's not the keeper that's gonna win you the league. I'm sorry, like, you have to be realistic. You need a presence at the back. You need something that's, you know, intimidating as a goalkeeper. And you look at Raya, you'd be laughing at him first of all, and then before you even look, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? If Arne Slot in his first season, no process, none of that talk, comes in, especially wins the league.
Yeah, Arteta won the FA Cup, but
if he wins the league, because listen, we've been told about our process. We've been told, oh, don't worry, you know, there's phases to this. This guy just comes in and walks it. And I think it's going to be curtains for Arteta, because how do you not defend that? You can't say, oh, well, you know, Liverpool, a great team. Yeah, they're a good team. He's inherited a good team. Yes, fair enough.
Oh, no,
but
good.
Where were Liverpool last season? We saw them bottle the league last season.
Yeah.
They bought. Everyone points at us. It was Liverpool.
There we go. I told you would say something about Liverpool. It's coming. It's always coming with this guy. He's got something against Liverpool. I don't know what it is. Is he jealous or what, man? Just leave us alone. Leave us alone with the dumbass hoodie and fucking dumbass jacket, man. He always talks about Liverpool. Always. They bottled the league. Did we bottle the league? Wasn't even the contenders. Remember the first part of the season, what you all were saying? Liverpool are not title contenders. And all of a sudden we challenged. We run out of gas. And then you're telling us we bottled the league? You bottled the league because you were the contenders originally. You know what I mean? So look at it from that point of view before you talk about Liverpool bottling the league, you dumbass. So dumb, man. Like, this guy's a grown-ass man. He's got grey hair in his beard. What the hell is he talking about, man?
Liverpool that bottled the league. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if Arne Slot comes, win something, whether it be an FA Cup, if it's the league, then Arteta better do the honourable thing himself and resign, bro, because the pressure is going to be too much for him.
What a dumbo, man. I can't stand people like that. Liverpool bottled the league. What, did Arsenal play in the same league or what? I don't understand. Who was second? It wasn't Liverpool. So what are you talking about, bro? Like, exactly. What are you talking about? Madness, man. Let's listen to Ty, innit? Yeah, let's listen to Ty. 50-year-old virgin, innit? That's what Jokes. I like listening to Ty because, you know, it's like listening to a little kid sometimes. Oh, sorry, no sound. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? You're saying about the soldiers and everything like that, and, you know, Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. So why are you not wearing a poppy? Yeah, strange, isn't it? Yeah, tell you off air. Ah, crook. Sorry, guys. I like the way, you know, opposition fans, especially rival fans, talk about the teams that's challenging for the title, but don't talk about the teams that's not challenging for the title. I mean, they're dismissive of those teams. It's weird. It's very strange. And I always think to myself, like, if you're being disrespectful to those teams, don't you think you're making those teams angry towards you? I mean, so they could play, you know, they will try and win those games against you. And they will try harder to win those games as well. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't make, you know, the opposition fans, you know, angry because you're very dismissive towards them. That's why we're, as Liverpool fans, are humble. We're not really trying to, you know, rile up rival fans to, you know, tell their players to, you know, beat us and make sure and do this, do that, and all this stuff. Just be quiet, be humble, as many say, and then see where you end up at the end of the season. But yeah, Liverpool's a problem for everybody, guys. We are a problem, man. We understand what he's saying. Like somebody better than Mikel Arteta. There's a lot. Look at Amaran that's gone to Man United. There's a few that's won something out there that can, you know, that can change the fortunes for Arsenal. Like what they need is a manager with a winning mentality. They don't have a manager with a winning mentality. They just got a guy who's learning on the job, spending a lot of money at the same time, and, you know, not producing the results, if you know what I mean. This is what I don't understand, you know, in regards to Arteta. I thought he was going to go to Arsenal and work from the ground up, you know what I mean? But the way he went down there is, I have to buy, I have to buy, I have to buy, I have to do this, I have to buy, I have to buy, I have to buy. But all the buys you've done so far have not made your team any stronger than they were when you first arrived. You know what I mean? In regards to, you know, challenging for the title. You're only finishing what Arsenal fans were against when Arsene Wenger used to get them top 4 on a regular basis. So basically, you're doing the same thing as Arsene Wenger. You're just finishing in the top 4. Yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. Like all the Arsenal fans who used to complain about, oh, we don't want to finish in the top 4. We want to go, you know, if we don't win the league, there's no point. There's no point finishing top 4. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Now they're happy with top 4. Like, make up your mind. Like, what did you say before? You wasn't interested. Now you're interested? Yeah, it's crazy, man. When fans talk about LFC and disrespect us, they fear us. 100%, brother. No doubt about that, man. Only rival fans and stupid pundits say LFC have won the title. These people are fools. The real LFC fans are not saying nothing about our title challenge. Yeah, you're right, bro. Like, we don't need to say anything. Why do we have? We've been there. You know what I mean? Arsenal haven't been there for over 20 years. You know what I mean? They keep reminding us about for the 30 years, even that we won the league in 2020, but we keep getting reminded about the 30 years. But Arsenal is hitting 20. They've hit 20 years now. 20 years you haven't won the league title. What does that make you as a football club? Because we was getting the 30 years all the time, or 20 years before that. I mean, like, come on, man. When it concerns Liverpool, is a special treatment, but when it concerns other clubs, you know, nobody says anything about it. Like, it's okay, let's put it under the rug. Madness, man. Arteta out, Big Sam in. Yeah, me too. Tired, typical Arsenal fan, deluded. Like, man, the guy's an old man. Like, he needs to like calm down, man. I mean, relax. All the fans, they always come out with that, don't they? Name the name. So if Arteta gets sacked tomorrow, wouldn't you get a manager in? You don't even, you know what I mean? You're not going to say the name, are you? So there is someone out there that's going to replace him eventually anyway. But like I said, you need a manager with a winning mentality. Arteta doesn't have a winning mentality. He's just copying his mate down the road, which is, you know, Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola doesn't sell you those players if he thinks you're a threat. You're not a threat to Pep Guardiola. He knows he will win the league. You know what I mean? So, come on, man. Who? Like, they always say that these older fans, even Liverpool older fans, like the ones who support FSG, they say things like this. I'm thinking, who are we going to get? Who are we going to get? And all this stuff. Right? There's always a manager out there. You know what I mean? Relax. You don't have to have names. You're always going to replace the manager with someone anyway.
We've just drawn 1-1.
Hang on, guys. Sorry about that. He talks about Bournemouth, yeah. Sorry about that.
This is how AI optimizes my schedule.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going to advert. So he talked about Bournemouth was down to 10 men. So you're making excuses. I thought you guys were the best in the world. I thought like Arsenal, you know, don't are competing for the Premier League. They're competing, you know, for the Champions League. They're competing for everything. So there shouldn't be any excuse. Liverpool were down to 10 men against Newcastle away last season, and what happened was a goal down. We come back and beat them 2-1. Great teams don't make excuses. If you're down to 10 men, you're down to 10 men. That's only your fault that happened. You can't blame other teams. Saliba decided to bring a guy down, and he got sent off. That's what happened. So stop coming out with like we're a top team, but when you lose games, it's because of the sending off and things like that. You chose that. It's your defender's problem. What Saliba should have done is let him go. If he scores, he scores. If he doesn't score, he doesn't score. But you still have 11 men on the pitch to come back. So yeah, man. Did you see Ty? Bournemouth, we drew to 2. So we lost to 10. We was down to 10 men. Yeah, like he's making a point. Like it's a cool way of saying it. No, you lost the game, man. It doesn't matter if you was down for 10 men. You lost the game. Accept it for what it is. You're not good enough. You know what I mean? If you're good enough, you look at Man City. When they're down to 10 men, they still beat teams. Good teams beat teams even when they're down to 10 men. They have a formation in place which keeps it tight. And then when you keep it tight, you find a way out of that. You're a set piece specialist, Arsenal fans, aren't you? You're a set piece specialist. So what you could have done is put 10 men behind the ball and then, counter-attack or something like that. You know what I mean? Or get a set piece and then, score from there. They could have done something like that, but they didn't. They lost the game. I think they just need a striker, man. They need a regular fullbacks. You know what I mean? Like the thing with Arsenal is there's no 11 players on the pitch that's, first team. Like if you look at Liverpool, Alisson in goal, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson or Tsimikas, whichever one we pick on the day, but Tsimikas is so far the best one out of the two. And then you got Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai or Jones. You know what I mean? That's what you got. So and then you got Salah, Diaz, and Jota when he's fit. So we already know our first 11. It depends, which ones, but there's no difference between the players, if you know what I mean. So when you look at Arsenal, you don't know who the left back is. You hardly know. Ben White is not a right back, but he plays right back. You got Partey there, you got Rice there. Rice, everybody says he plays as a number 8. I don't think he plays as a number 8 because he's really deep line 8, if you know what I mean. He protects the defense with Partey. And then you got Odegaard. He's in and out of the team. Martinelli or Trossard, which one is the one? You know what I mean? It's just confused. There's no 11 players that you could name in their team. That's the 11, like the spine of the team. That's what I meant to say. The spine of the team. There's no such thing for them. They just like chop and change, and then this is why they lose focus in the games because they haven't got the right 11 on the pitch on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? So I would love to know what the 11 is. I would love to know. You know what I mean? What is your 11? Is it Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber or Zinchenko? Who is the 11? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, guys. They don't know. This is why their team is confused on the pitch because they need something that's consistent in there. And they keep saying number 9 striker. Say a number 9 striker comes. Would he fit to the system? Would he be the difference? I don't know because they need hard-working, well-oiled machine in order for them to win games because the defense starts from the front. That's why Kai Havertz is there. That's why Jesus is there sometimes. Is there sometimes. So if you look at those two players, what do they do? What's their specialty? Hard working, running up and down that pitch, if you know what I mean. And if you get a consistent number 9 that's just goal hangs and, doesn't defend a lot, then the counter attack from the opponents will be more, it will happen more often, if you know what I mean, guys. So, yeah, listen, they got hard work, man. They got a lot of work ahead of them, that football club. I don't think it's just a number 9. I think they need more than a number 9. Love it. I love when rival fans are having a go at each other. It's my favorite. It's my favorite, man. The season is over. The season is over. It is over for Arsenal, the way they're talking, man. It's crisis, isn't it? It's crisis, as they call it. Crisis at the Emirates. Crisis at the Emirates, man. Yeah, it's over for them. Yeah, people, man. I really enjoyed that. You know what I mean? About David Coote and part 2 of his shenanigans, you know what I mean? And watching Arsenal fans and watching, rival fans talking about their football club as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Listen, I'll be more awake when I'm off I'm coming. I'll be back tomorrow, probably looking for some more stuff to do. We're on the road to 3,000. We already got to 2,000 now. Please hit the subscription button, notification button, like button, all that good stuff, and make the channel as big as possible. Let's build our own fan base over here. Let's make it a family channel for everybody. To share their concerns and enjoy it together. That's what it's all about. Thank you for everybody that's come on. Appreciate that. Let me see if there's some more comments as I leave. Hang on, what do you say? Arsenal has to lose. They call excuse FC. Yeah, 100%, bro. Arsenal team is confused on the pitch just as much as their fan base is confused off the pitch. Perfect marriage made in heaven. LOL. Yes, bro. Yes. Thank you to everybody. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with a new thing, something else. Hopefully not David Coote part 3 or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, guys, just help the channel out. That's all I want you to do. Don't ask for much. See you soon. Take care, everybody. Take care. Big up my brother Fozzie. Hit the likes, hit the subscription, and everything else. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Big up Beijing. Where am I? I didn't look at that. Oh, great stream. That's what I meant. Great stream. Thank you, brother. Thank you, John Conway, as always, brother. Yeah, take care, everybody.